Murray breaks through. He fights off Antoine Bethune, goes in for a touchdown. First rushing touchdown of the season for the Minnesota Vikings.
Hello, let's go. It's your man Flip Mozzie here. Thank you for spending 15 minutes with me today. Lucky number week 7. The Minnesota Vikings travel to the Big Apple playing in the Meadowlands against the New York Jets. MetLife Stadium will turn green on Sunday. Our Vikings are 3-2-1 coming off back-to-back wins while the Jets are 3-3, 500 after defending their home turf against the Colts last Sunday. It'll be Minnesota's turn to try to invade enemy territory. We're here to figure out what the Jets have got, how our purple can keep this machine churning, who's due for a big game. But first, let's take a look back at the week that was. Another win, another victory for our Minnesota Vikings. We wanted a fast start to this one and didn't quite get it, but by midway through the third quarter, they were dead arm dancing the day away. Sacks, stiff arms, interceptions, diving catches, fumble recoveries. Minnesota made plays all over that field last week. It starts with the D, Zimmer's defense that was promised. Outside of the 2 big plays and a garbage time touchdown, they were damn near perfect. Not just Harrison Smith in the backfield, or Anthony Barr batting down balls, or Danielle Hunter adding 2 sacks to his belt. We saw Mackensie Alexander with a quarterback takedown too. Anthony Harris nabbing a pick, George Aloka leading the team in tackles. Complete, thorough domination from front to back, and Arizona had no answer. While the Cardinals generated some big passing games on first downs, they didn't convert a single third down in 10 attempts. Shades of 2017, which had one of the best third down defenses in league history. It helped that the Cardinals faced third and more than 7 on average. Sure, they had those bombs, but overall they couldn't run, 35% efficiency, or pass, 37% success. Larry Fitzgerald managed just 2 first downs and no explosive plays. David Johnson only had 5 catches. Christian Kirk and Ricky Seals-Jones caught a bunch of balls, but their efficiency, 43 and 50%, just didn't pop off the screen. The Vikings made Arizona look boring. But that purple offense, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you're here? First, that same old Viking show, Cousins of Thielen. We just watched the 6th episode and it ain't getting old. Thielen displaying fantastic hands on 11 catches, 123 yards. That's 11.2 yards per reception. And Cousins still dropping dimes to his main man. Celebrate however you want, Kirk. Overall, the pass game went way down from a volume view. Fewest attempts for Kirk all year. That's okay when Thielen, Diggs, Rudolph, and Treadwell all post above 60% success rate. Now those batted balls, not ideal, didn't stop them because they had another dimension and a new feature this game. Guest appearance by Latavius Murray, steaming through open holes, trucking for extra yardage, shedding defenders on his way to the end zone, run game trucked down the field, 6.1 yards on average. 50% success rate. Murray was even better. His best game as a pro, 155 yards and a touchdown of his own to cap off his day. It's exactly what we hoped for, potential for the offense to get even better. A balanced attack meant a lot less hits on Cousins, a lot less predictability when they did pass. Arizona's defense played well, a lot of pressures, 4 sacks, huge strip sack and return by Chandler Jones and Budda Baker. They even limited Stephon Diggs, which is hard to do. But it wasn't enough. The Vikings offense has too many weapons. Before we move on, we got to take some time to talk about the offensive line. They weren't good pass blocking. Chandler Jones and Corey Peters ate them up. I saw some pockets for Kirk to step into. He doesn't really climb those spaces sometimes, but at this point, that's just a lame excuse. Rashad Hill, asked to start for Riley Reiff, didn't hold up on the left side. Brian O'Neill got his first NFL start and played okay. How angry can we be, though, when they're opening up running lanes like that? Just wide open holes. Oh man, it made for a beautiful sight for sore eyes. 5 runs of 20 yards or more. Well done, offensive line. Well done indeed. Now moving on to the defense, the second Mike Hughes went down, we saw the replays and our hearts dropped. A promising rookie campaign is over. Hughes was climbing the depth charts quickly. There were some growing pains, but he played just as well as Waynes and Alexander, did everything that the defense asked of him. There's massive potential there, and it's always upsetting when potential goes untapped. Without Mikey, it's Mac. Alexander had a very good game. No reason to think he can't fill the nickel role based on his play this year. Depth takes a big hit with Hughes out. They'll probably use both Gideon, those safeties, Jaron Kurtz, and George Aloka. Let's see what Hollywood Holton Hill can do. Also, Sendejo, Reef, Cook, all still out. Come on, man. We gotta get one of these guys back, right? Nice to get a win without them, but it's tough to try to do it again this week. So we're saying goodbye to Mike Hughes' first season. Let's make sure he takes those offensive line woes with him. Kirk's fumbling has followed him to Minnesota 4 in 6 games now. Eventually, they gotta find a way to leave that behind too. Outside of Jones' strip sack, the game is a cakewalk. Either the line must improve in pass blocking, or Kirk has to adjust for the pressure he's facing. But you can bring that boogie dance, those throws, that arm every week with you, Captain. We're 1/3 of the way through the NFL season. If Kirk hasn't won you over by now, what are you waiting for? The Vikes are going to threaten with their quarterback and receivers every week. On top of that, we need Murray to step up again. If not him, then we've got to get one of these other running backs, Mike Boone or Rock Thomas, involved in the passing game. We're going to take a solid day from Laquan Treadwell. Keep that going. Let's keep this defensive streak going against the third rookie quarterback they'll face this season. When they're playing at their best, there's no stopping the Zim Reapers. Our Vikings are trending up, so we'd like to see them avoid the pitfalls and continue to ascend. Taking on the Jets at noon on Sunday. It's been a while since Minnesota faced this team. Mike Zimmer's first season, and it's actually a fantastic game. One of the best of 2014 at TCF Bank Stadium. Gerald Hodges returned Geno Smith's first pass for a touchdown. Sheldon Richardson took down Teddy Bridgewater for a safety, but Teddy bounced back, throwing for over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Last one, an 87-yard screen pass to Jarius Wright. Our old 17 caught that ball and scampered down the sideline to end the game in overtime. We hope to see Teddy again, who wore that gang green again for a couple of months. That'll have to wait a week. He's in New Orleans now. Instead, Minnesota will face their second rookie in just as many games. Sam Darnold starts for the Jets as their franchise and future. You want to talk about a weird team? Here they come. New York's offense is 11th in points scored, but it's all over the place. 3 games with 17 points or less, all losses. 3 games with 34 points or more, all wins. I guess we can expect that type of up-and-down performance with a rookie behind center. Overall, their pass success isn't good, 25th and 30th in run success. The Jets don't stay grounded. Bilal Powell and Isaiah Crowell put together some dynamic runs, but it's not consistent. Don't be fooled by Crowell's 6.1 yards per carry. He's nothing without the big runs. And Darnold isn't much without the big passes. Terrell Pryor and Chris Herndon had some nice games last week. Watch out for those tight ends. New York doesn't use them much, but when they do, Herndon produces with a 67% success rate. Defensively, the Jets have been solid, 23 points per game allowed. Again, though, success rate suggests they can be beat. In the high 20s, both against the run and pass, the numbers say it's easier to run on New York. There's a big difference between how they defend receivers and running backs in the pass game too. Attack this D with screens and swing passes. Quarterback Morris Claiborne has been really good in his second home. Jamal Adams and Marcus May might be the best safety duo in the league. When New York is on, they fly high, but the fuel isn't always there. Key to stopping the Jets is eliminating the big play, the key turnover, the special teams touchdown. Now, New York recovered from their 3-game losing streak nicely. It's been an up-and-down year for them. Well, it's been an up-and-down year for most NFL teams so far, but this isn't really about them or any other team outside of the Vikings. This is about Minnesota, who has battled through and now look like a playoff contender, if not more. That's why this game is important. The Vikings righted the ship. Now it's time to keep it afloat and start stacking wins. Taking care of business, winning road games, that's how good teams become great. They have too much momentum to suffer a letdown now. Our purple should concentrate on winning against a few Jets. Let's talk about all of them. Here are the matchups. First, it's interesting to see a good defense right now with such a clear CB1. Claiborne is the best corner in New York. We're excited to find out how the Jets prioritize our two stud receivers. Adam Thielen has been on an absolute tear, playing mainly in the slot. Surely defenses have to start paying more attention to him. So Claiborne, a 7-year vet having by far his best year, could either move on to Thielen or stay on Diggs. We've seen teams try the latter. It hasn't worked. So come on, New York. Try something new. We dare you. No matter who Morris is on, that'll be a fun matchup. Also, the Jets struggle defending receivers out of the backfield. Minnesota features some pretty stale running back pass catchers, so we don't know how this part of the game will pan out, but yet again, we're hoping Mike Boone or Rock Thomas can step up. Weird how Dalvin Cook wasn't healthy, then he was, and he kind of was, then he wasn't. Hamstrings are just that unpredictable. Sure, the Vikings can just keep on throwing to Thielen and Diggs, but if they want to attack one of New York's weaknesses, they'll be going against Avery Williamson. Williamson, the 5-year veteran, started his career in Tennessee. New York found themselves a fantastic free agent signing. He's been playing very well, PFF's number 14 linebacker, so Minnesota will need to attack with their running backs smartly. But Avery Williamson isn't the only LB we gotta watch out for. PFF calls Jeremiah Attachu New York's top pass rusher. Attachu is rising up the depth charts, finally healthy and surging for the Jets. The journeyman is promising, only in his 5th year, but the Vikings hope to field their own encouraging youngster across from him. Brian O'Neill has seen time in 4 games now with a start under his belt. After holding up okay, most fans are clamoring for him. He's ready. Riley Reef is hobbled again, so most are eager to see what O'Neill can do. Let's see what we got in another rookie. When the Vikings are on defense, we're looking at the most explosive Jets. Can you guess who they are? Quincy Enunwa was hurt. It's not Robbie Anderson or Jermaine Kearse. It's the old Ohio State quarterback Terrell Pryor. It's been in limited action, but with Enunwa on the sidelines, expect to see a lot more of him if healthy. Pryor's converted 8 of his 9 deep targets. That's the highest amount in both volume and success rate. New York will send him deep. Minnesota must stop him. Pryor bounces into the slot routinely with Mike Hughes injured. It's up to Mackensie Alexander, and if we see a linebacker on Pryor, lights out. Careful for the receiver in tight and the tight end out wide. Chris Herndon is New York's second explosive playmaker. The rookie out of Miami deepens Darnold's arsenal. He's not a safety valve. He is a big play mismatch, gives both cornerbacks and linebackers problems. Vikings have had tons of problems covering tight ends. Zach Ertz, George Kittle, Jimmy Graham, Ricky Seals-Jones, and the list goes on and on. It's too damn long. We can basically guarantee the Jets think they have a secret weapon in Herndon. It's time to put a stop to this nonsense. I don't care who it is, Smith, Rhodes, whoever. So those are the Jets we gotta watch out for. Claiborne, Williamson, Attachu, Pryor, and Herndon. Take over those matchups, take over the game. 7 weeks in, we're asking ourselves, what makes a good team in this weird NFL season? Is it the offense, as many think, pure scoring power? Is it potency, the ability to win any game, any Sunday? Maybe it's balance, a team that can win in different ways. Those all hold merit, but I'll tell you what I think makes a good team in 2018. Consistency. Every team across the league, they go up, they go down, they go back up. That's what the Jets are. This Sunday, Minnesota needs to prove there's something more. A team that's going to fight the hard fight, a team that's unfazed by defeat or victory, roll with the punches. Our Vikings have the chance to go on the road, beat their 3rd straight opponent, and get a winning streak. As we roll through the season, let the nation get enamored with those other flashy teams. They don't think Thielen is the best receiver in the league? Honestly, who cares? No one's noticing that Danielle Hunter leads the league in sacks? So what? Us fans, we know, and we know that an early 3-game win streak means that through all the peaks and valleys that await, they'll be there in the end. Skol Vikes.